Canada is stepping out of the shadow of its southern neighbor, embracing a new era of ambition and innovation in aerospace. For decades, the country's aviation sector has been closely linked to the United States. But now, a fresh vision is taking shape. One that puts Canadian priorities and expertise at the forefront. Canada is charting a bold, independent path in aerospace, investing in homegrown talent and advanced manufacturing. The country's engineers and designers are pushing boundaries, developing cutting-edge technologies that promise to reshape the industry. At the heart of this transformation is the government's decision to rethink its $19 billion F-35 fighter jet deal. This move signals a willingness to question long-standing assumptions and explore alternatives that better serve Canadian interests. Officials are now scrutinizing delays and cost overruns, determined to ensure that every dollar spent delivers real value, not just for the military, but for the broader economy and workforce. This isn't just about acquiring new planes. It's about building a resilient, self-reliant aerospace industry that can weather global uncertainties. By focusing on local production and research, Canada aims to create high-quality jobs and foster a culture of innovation. Canada's vast Arctic responsibilities and unique geopolitical position are driving this push for sovereignty. Protecting the North requires specialized aircraft and technologies tailored to harsh environments, and only a robust domestic industry can deliver these solutions. In August 2025, a landmark defense agreement with Sweden positioned the Saab Gripen as a real alternative to the F-35. This partnership marks a turning point, opening the door to new suppliers and fresh ideas from beyond North America. By diversifying partnerships, Canada is gaining leverage and reducing reliance on US-controlled supply chains. This approach not only strengthens national security, but also encourages collaboration with allies across Europe and Asia. This strategy is about more than defense. It's a holistic vision for integrating industrial growth, technological leadership, and national security. The aerospace sector is becoming a cornerstone of Canada's economic future. The message is clear. Canada seeks partners, not patrons. The country is determined to shape its own destiny, forging relationships based on mutual respect and shared goals. At the core of this vision is a commitment to reinvest in Canadian jobs and innovation, ensuring that the benefits of growth are felt in communities across the nation. As the world watches, Canada is methodically executing a plan to become a formidable, independent aerospace player. One capable of competing on the global stage and setting new standards for excellence. This shift could redefine North American industrial dynamics for decades to come, positioning Canada as a leader in both innovation and sovereignty. While Canada rises, Boeing is mired in crisis. Strikes at key U.S. facilities have halted production of critical military aircraft, including the F-15 and FA-18. Workers rejected a contract with a 45% wage increase, citing unfair pay scales and inadequate pensions. Boeing's move to hire permanent replacements has deepened the rift, risking long-term damage to its skilled workforce. The company's hardline stance threatens production quality and morale. International partners are watching, and Boeing's reliability is in question. This turmoil is a stark contrast to Canada's stability, opening the door for competitors. The ground is shaking beneath Boeing, with global repercussions. America's aerospace dominance is no longer assured. Canada's reconsideration of the F-35 is a pivotal moment in its defense strategy. This decision could redefine the future of the Royal Canadian Air Force and its operational capabilities. The F-35 program, known as the world's most expensive weapons initiative, has been under scrutiny for its escalating costs and technical challenges. The $19 billion deal for 88 jets is now in doubt, following years of procurement drama and political debate. The stakes are high, and the implications are far-reaching. A recent U.S. Government Accountability Office report revealed the F-35's Block 4 upgrade is 5 years late and $6 billion over budget. These delays and cost overruns have raised serious concerns. Delivery delays have surged, with Canada facing unacceptable wait times to replace its aging CF-18S. The need for modern, reliable aircraft is becoming increasingly urgent. These setbacks have eroded confidence in the program, leading to frustration among military officials and policymakers. The ongoing issues have strengthened the case for alternatives, such as the Gripen or Eurofighter, which are being considered as viable options. U.S. officials warn of consequences if Canada walks away, emphasizing the strategic and economic impacts of such a decision. But Ottawa is weighing its own interests first, considering the long-term benefits and drawbacks of sticking with the F-35 program. The F-35 debate is now a test of Canada's resolve to prioritize its needs over external pressure. Public opinion and expert analysis are playing crucial roles in this decision-making process. The decision will shape Canada's defense posture for a generation, influencing its military capabilities and international standing. As F-35 doubts grow, questions about its suitability for Canada's unique defense needs become more pressing. Sweden's Saab Gripen emerges as a strong contender for Canada's fighter fleet, offering a versatile and reliable alternative. The Gripen is tailored for rugged, dispersed operations, designed to perform in the most challenging environments. This makes it ideal for Canada's Arctic patrols, where conditions can be harsh and unpredictable. Its lower costs and ability to operate from makeshift runways make it attractive, especially for remote and austere locations. The new Canada-Sweden Defense Pact elevates the Gripen from a commercial bid to a strategic partnership, strengthening bilateral ties. Saab's offer includes final assembly and maintenance in Canada, ensuring that the economic benefits stay within the country. This promises high-tech jobs and industrial growth, boosting the local economy and technological expertise. Crucially, the Gripen offers operational sovereignty, allowing Canada to maintain control over its own defense systems. This freedom from U.S. software control is a significant advantage, providing greater autonomy. This independence is vital for a nation asserting its Arctic sovereignty, ensuring it can defend its interests without external constraints. The choice between F-35 and Gripen is a referendum on Canada's defense future, reflecting broader strategic priorities. Opting for Gripen signals strategic diversification and self-reliance, moving away from traditional dependencies. The Swedish fighter offers a clear path to Canadian independence in the skies, ensuring a robust and self-sufficient defense posture. The fighter jet debate is really about Canadian sovereignty. For decades, defense policy meant deep integration with the U.S. through NORAD and American hardware. Now, many Canadians argue true sovereignty requires independent action, especially in the Arctic. The F-35's U.S.-controlled systems raise fears of Pentagon influence over Canada's Air Force. The new partnership with Sweden and the Gripen option reflect a push for diversified alliances. Canada's strategy is to balance continental commitments with global independence. The fighter decision will define Canada's place in a complex, multipolar world. The contrast between Canadian and U.S. aerospace labor relations is stark. While Boeing is paralyzed by strikes, Canadian unions achieve stability through robust negotiation. Air Canada's recent contract rejection led to renewed talks, not chaos. In Canada, unions are partners, fostering predictability and collaboration. Meanwhile, the U.S. faces labor law turmoil, with the National Labor Relations Board in disarray. States are stepping in, creating legal uncertainty for workers and employers. This instability hurts U.S. production and reputation. For global customers, Canada's stable industrial landscape is increasingly attractive. Predictability is becoming Canada's competitive edge. Canada's aerospace ambitions extend beyond defense. Air Canada is expanding globally, using efficient Boeing 787s to connect Canadian cities directly to Asia and South America. These long and thin routes bypass US and European hubs, boosting Canada's economic connectivity. Each new direct route keeps more revenue in Canada and strengthens its global position. Air Canada's growth complements the government's push for sovereignty and defense. Ironically, the airline's success with US-made aircraft shows Canadian operators can outcompete American carriers. Canadian firms are sophisticated users of advanced technology, not just customers. As Air Canada weaves a global network, it reinforces Canada's role as an independent transportation hub. Commercial aviation is now a parallel to Canada's military and industrial aspirations. Canada's procurement shift and Boeing's labor crisis have major economic consequences. If Canada walks away from the F-35, the U.S. defense industry loses a $19 billion contract and risks a domino effect among allies. Boeing's halted production threatens billions in sales and supply chain jobs, while competitors stand ready to fill the gap. For Canada, choosing the Gripen means billions invested at home and thousands of high-skilled jobs. This move transforms defense spending into a strategic investment in Canadian industry. The US-Canada aerospace trade relationship could shift from dependency to competition. Canadian firms may become global players, not just customers. The economic tremors today could reshape North America's industrial landscape. A more balanced, resilient aerospace ecosystem is emerging. The events of fall 2025 mark a turning point in global aerospace. Canada's assertive review of its fighter program, set against Boeing's turmoil, signals a shift in power. US dominance faces its biggest challenge, not from rivals, but from its closest ally. Middle powers like Canada are prioritizing sovereignty and resilient supply chains. The F-35's troubles justify this pivot, but the real driver is the desire for independent action. America's internal weaknesses, labor strife and regulatory dysfunction, undermine its leadership. Canada's strategic foresight stands in stark contrast. The outcome of the fighter decision will reshape the US-Canada relationship and NORAD partnership. Regardless of the choice, Canada has stepped out of the shadow, asserting its own vision. The global aerospace industry will never be the same.